Hello traders, and welcome at this new Bitcoin technical and order flow analysis video. So it's been 20 days since I produced a public YouTube video. It was somewhere here. We were of course trading in our group. We were mainly in the swing long and then in some day trade longs. We were also trading some nice range in this area. Then we've got really big push to the upside. I was warning our traders we might see push to the upside because Bitcoin is starts to react to as a safe haven asset. So people were buying Bitcoin based on what is happening globally as well. So that was this latest up when we broke a lot of correlations in the world. So I'll be producing more YouTube videos, again, ideally once a week or maybe twice a week, depending on the volatility. I was taking a bit of, I don't want to say break because I was trading, of course, but it is extremely demanding when, like what happened here. Yeah, look at this box. This box was extreme volatility on Bitcoin thanks to tariffs and other macroeconomy, a lot of repricing in the world. So this is very such trading is very demanding. So when I feel I need to be more in a defensive and relax more, recover powers, then after such extremely volatile period of time, I'm definitely taking such breaks. So but because group coverage is my priority, and only then comes the public YouTube. But I also want to educate people for free, so of course I want to complement and do this as well. So in today's video we can have a look on Bitcoin from higher time frames. Definitely I will be showing you potential from this area. I'm in shorts currently. It's not full size, but I have a short, so that's what matters. And we will have a look what are targets to the downside for shorts, where in case we leave this range here, where we will be looking for next shorts higher, and also what areas you should really have alerts and be ready to buy for continuation pullback. So that's going to be the main topics of the videos of today's video today. So we should really start. I'm not sure if I can start with the macro just very briefly. If you are in short in this range, one thing I can give you immediate advice. For me, shorts from this area, from 95, 94k, they are immediate swing trades. Why? Because I believe US economy might fall into recession, and if that's true, if we start to see data points for that in next few weeks or months, then these markets where we are right now for Bitcoin and equities are still very overvalued values. Yes, so you can be like building swing shorts. So I'm not only looking for day trade here, but also for much bigger declines and maybe some consolidation, then continuation down. Look at S&P. Yeah, of course this is Bitcoin video, but I mix fundamentals as well. S&P is 10% from all-time highs. Yes, and it's very likely, because there is so much uncertainty in the world, you might actually continue ranging here. Now this is very critical market structure here. If you get acceptance into it, then you will be returning back down. You can do this, or you can range like that. But yeah, I mean the market should be waiting, in my opinion, to see if tariffs are getting cancelled, postponed, deals are made or not, if there will be agreement with China or not. If we don't get deals in US, I think recession is almost guaranteed. And believe me, if we get recession, the markets right now are very high, too high. Yes, during recessions you take easily 20, 30, even 50% during major financial crisis. I think 20-30% is realistic. We already did on ES1 20%. Okay, then we've got the stability. The Trump administration was postponing, and we did a 90-day delay. So of course there was huge bounce. You see so much capital is on the sidelines, but I think wait and see mode for the ES1 is very likely here. So that's the thing. We need more clarity, and the clarity will come in a few weeks, and actually even in few months. I was already posting a bit of data here. I was saying we see declines of ships from China heading to the US, and then we have booking capacity. Look at that, import volumes are declining heavily. So everything what is happening, we don't see that tariffs impacting economy right now, like the main point, because people, like the main entities who are selling in US, they have big stock, they have inventory, they were buying, they were front running tariffs. But in few weeks, few months, you can start to see imbalances in the supply and demand for things, and it could be like similar like COVID, yeah, magnitude, like not maybe as a COVID, but you can have serious imbalances. So we need to wait for that. So in that case, if you really believe US is heading to recession, your shorts should be more long-term, okay? Of course, you can analyze technical analysis. I will be showing you when your shorts or longs will get more stronger. But just from macroeconomy, that's my view. Of course, situation is very fluid, so that's the thing. You need to watch the news anyway. There could be some big deals made, and markets can pump, equities can pump with Bitcoin as well. So, but without this news, and from what I'm seeing past week, it's not looking that great. So that's from macro, very simple, like nothing complicated. I'm done deleting this. Okay, so we should really focus back on Bitcoin. We had many trades since I did last video, so I will very likely not go over them. They are in the group, we traded them together, but I can show you Friday, for example, because Friday we did, so where we are, over here. So we arrived into my trade area. By the way, I can show you one post. Oh, look at that, backtesting. That's how it looks. So we can go to this. Can just small commentary about this. So we know, in our group, when I'm doing charting, I'm also preparing trade area for myself where I plan to look for trades. It's not guaranteed I will take the trades, but I will be actively looking for trades, because based on technical analysis, is really good reward ratio area. I have advantage market might stop there for range, or it's gonna do violent bounce, and I will get the reaction. So this is the main purpose of trade area. It is like bonus for traders, and so they know where I'm looking at. But of course, you cannot just trade areas blindly, like you put limit orders and you go swimming, yeah? You need to be analyzing market every single day, every single hour. So of course, we take a lot of trades in between, yeah? But these were trade areas. For example, when we were here, I was doing charting and I prepared trade areas here, and then when we were bottoming out, I prepared trade area here, and here. Yes, so, and you see, I did small comments, and let me show you how it ended. So first of all, even when we were crashing, I think we had more trade areas in this area. They are now deleted. I think I have somewhere in folder full history, but we were catching the bottoms as well with here was another trade area, and I think here. But another big one, even when the world was in full panic mode, was here, starting from 77,000. We've got huge reaction. You see the area I marked as a swing, so I was looking for swing trades here, not for scalp longs, not for day trades, but swing longs. And you can see the first reaction was huge, 15% almost. So that was the start of the trade area, and then in the middle we were getting from the almost like middle another reaction, and from this reaction actually I'm still running swing long to 95,000. So absolutely crazy. So this trade alone pulled over 30% of returns just with 1x leverage. Okay, if you had more leverage, I of course use a bit more leverage, like 2-3x, then it was much more profit. I was taking profits on the way to the upside when they were reaching targets, but you see I had no trade area until, like, I was looking for shorts first time when we pushed here for like maybe to cover as well the swing trade too. You see what happened. So here were the commentaries. Here at this trade area you are taking no trades. I think maybe one scalp, but it failed. But overall this area was like, this was massive moves to the downside on the news event as well. A lot of tariff news were coming out. So this was, we were not looking for longs here, we were mainly in short. And as we are pushing up from this swing long area, now another area arrived. We were getting range, so we were just, it was not much, like how much was the reaction, 1% something. So we made money for maybe stop loss, and that's it. Another area, we were sweeping through this area without any reaction, so I was not taking any trade. So again, it's area where I was looking for trade, but it was not given. There was no order flow signs or something, so again ignored. And now we are getting into the another area. This was really good area from multiple reasons. So this short we were taking on Friday. By the way, during Friday we had 3 shorts, and the last one was this main trade. So let me show you this post. Actually, maybe it's gonna be here because I still have the folder for short. Yes, so we can zoom out. So from volume perspective, you were visiting a lot of naked volumes. So you usually get at least scalp from naked volumes, but oftentimes you get day trades, and they can become even swing. So this was the trade area you were visiting from this consolidation, because here was extremely strong move to the downside, the impulse, yeah, and it's also bottom of the 3 weeks range. So it's possible plenty of people will be trapped in these nodes as well. Okay, look at that. And by the way, if we are pushing to the downside very violently, you also push to the upside. You recovered most of the single prints and inefficiency. But do you see where you stopped? This is now, you first retested market structure resistance. These 1, 2, 3 lows where people are buying, they are now getting trapped. Both on spot, don't view it as a leverage only. Spot and perpetual markets, people loading up here, market retesting, immediate resistance, moving to the downside, back to the lows. That was traded. So you've traded market structure of the 3 weeks range, and now you are going for retest for the val and for the more naked high volume nodes from this smaller, from this naked volume. Yeah, naked was like, we've got this big consolidation, but the most naked volume was over here. So if we now zoom in, you can see what was happening. You were getting reaction from 4 days, from week. This was, by the way, from week, some from YFW. It should be weekend, I think. Is it weekend? Sunday, yeah, it's weekend. Okay, it matches. So it's from the weekend. High volume nodes, they are naked ones, and market is reacting. You also had daily naked point of control and composite naked point of control of 3 days. So multiple levels, and also 3 weeks val. Okay. This was the first area to give reaction. Then you have second area to give even stronger reaction. Even if you would be pushing beyond this high, the second portion of the trade area was watching. We have a monthly naked point of control here. 3 weeks main high volume node now from the range. So plenty of reasons to also look for short trades in this back test. So that we never get that, but we are working what we get. Okay. So this was the reaction. And it was also encouraging during Friday. We were pushing to the upside, but now finally the volume started to go to decline, because we had a lot of buying pressure on the market. I will be showing you in the middle of the video spot CVD we had past few days. These CVDs you don't want to fight. Actually, there was a huge buyer, and actually today Sailor come up and he said he was buying 15,000 Bitcoin. So it was very, like, it was visible someone big is buying, and he's distorting the market. And you can see we were pushing up heavily with the perpetual, like Coinbase premium was up in the positives. This is often sign of the high highlighted demand from the ETFs. So that was also a very big change from, look at that, from neutral to negative. Now we are getting into very positive. So that's huge buyers in these regions. And now as you are getting into so on the Friday we positioned into short, and let me find you, because I was doing, oh yes, here we are. So this was the weekend. Most of our traders don't trade weekend. I recommend people to just spend time on yourself or with families. It's not worth it, yeah. Like today I will be showing you post on statistics, how much we deviate over the weekend, because I'm building a statistics section for traders so they know what they can expect. And over the weekend we usually don't move, we move like 1% per day, so it's absolutely nothing. You get 1% during New York session in 5 minutes, so why you should be trading weekend? You are getting is very bad deal. Yeah, you put too much time into weekend and you get just this one move. Is not worth it. But over the weekend, so if you were in short in these areas with me and Bram, you were getting this is very likely whale. We've seen this guy with 500 Bitcoin walls for a long time. Like he's not as long time. For a few days he's doing some nice trades here. He was putting. He was very trying. I think he was trying to take profit. He take profit with limit orders, because same size he was loading up at the lows of the range. So I think he was trying to do this, but there was no volume to actually go, and you could make a lot of money on these walls, because if you know they will, like if you know there is 80% chance, which I would say there was over the weekend, you can short, then you can make a lot of money. Even 0.5% or 1% move is pretty decent with higher leverage here, but you need to be ready to get out when these walls are getting destroyed. So he was holding up market whole weekend. We don't have, so the Tradingdifferent is down. That's the only problem. This is not loading still. Yes, they're working because the servers are down in Europe, so this is down. But I have substitutes. I can show you in Tradingdifferent, for example. We have plenty of tools which can work for there. So short over the weekend, and now the massive shorts, these highlighted walls, each one is 500 Bitcoin, so over 2000 Bitcoin was pressuring. Now he canceled the walls, maybe some toilet break, or I don't know, for 15 minutes. Then we tried to push, and then we got to the downside, maybe some market orders, and then some new walls were popping up here. So he was back again, protecting the highs of the range. And now some selling was also, as we are pushing to the upside, but some of the walls were cancelled. It was not him. But again, 500 Bitcoin walls were popping up at the current high. So this was again protected. Very likely 7% was protecting market again. And now again, as we are dropping, again, look at that. So again, heavy selling pressure walls in these areas. There is like heavy imbalance in the order book. So of course, it's pretty hard for the market to push to the upside. Move from here, from 92,700 up to here, didn't need as much volume, but now you need 3 times more volume, and the passive sellers are showing you they are defending very hard, like thousands, hundreds of millions is on the sell side, and that's just Binance. Okay, Binance is final boss currently still, so selling pressure is huge, market rolling down. I was taking short today. This was only trade I was taking today. Otherwise, it was pretty slow day. We were planning for some nice scenarios. Look at that. One of them was, I need to go down. I can actually show you other posts, maybe do commentary. So yeah. So with the walls, I told our traders, where is the post? Very likely is whale who loaded longs at lows. I don't plan to scalp weekend, but I added to yesterday short with them. So I was adding again size to my trade with the walls here. Stop loss was still above the high, and now the main target for me become, as I was outside during the weekend, range val. Okay, auction market theory again. If I need to take on the alone island 3 things from technical analysis, AMT is number one of them. I can trade any market with AMT. So val was hit. So if you are in short, then you are sleeping, because I was sleeping. So I put some limit orders here to take profit in front of the val. It was very logical, a target to be done. Another key reason is you had, when we go down, so we are going sideways, and you are building liquidity from longs and liquidity from shorts here. And if you go to the downside, this is going to be the immediate target to the downside. We know how often we take liquidity from weekends. So again, weekend liquidity taken, and market going for the full reversal. So this tactical, so you can think about targets often with the liquidity too. You also had market structure here. So for a few reasons for the bounce. I was doing some preparation for today. Thing I want to show you over here. So I was taking only trade today, because I was taking for the highest, to be taken, but we didn't get that. But this was the short. So we were pushing to the upside. I was not shorting the highs. Let me show you on the chart. So we can turn off this folder, this one as well. 1 minute time frame. 1 minute time frame. So yes, you could be shorting highs for the. You've got 2 shorts today. If you're a very aggressive scalper, which I am, you have two equal highs here, and you are doing swing failure pattern. That's very simple without any order flow. So swing failure pattern, you are trapping longs into the highs, decent absorptions, that's fantastic, all these things. But I was preferring to actually market to come down, and we trapped a lot of longs at this high, and you often do this formation, this fractal situation. I can show you same situations in the previous week. They happen like 5 times at critical highs, at lows, or even more. Yeah, you are retesting the trap traders. Trapped longs, they are over here, and you are coming into the highs, and more longs are coming with open interest increasing, and they are getting trapped as well. Also are getting absorbed, very high delta buyers also, and they are unable to actually stay above to take out the high, immediate reaction to the downside, momentum changing. So my short was somewhere here when we trapped also these people. So you have now double people trapped here. They try to, like, these people also try to escape their positions. Okay, so when you come to them, they are creating pressure. So when we trap both these latest longs as well, delta started to turn negative, momentum going to the downside, longs start to getting wrecked, short. Okay, at 59,350, and from that moment we just continue to the downside. So I have also scalp short. It was also not full size because I was expecting the New York session often takes the high and low of the London, so statistically it's very, very high chance for that. So I was not taking full size I usually do. I was still expecting we take out the high, but didn't happen. You don't get every time what you wish for, you trade what you get. So it was normal average trade for me, but I was not taking much profit. I told our traders I will not take profit because for me it's also like swing trade from this area. Okay, so that was the thing. We continue to the downside. Now I can go to technical analysis so we can see. Look at these walls. Yeah, they were again providing us very strong resistance up there. A bit of stability from the wall push, but this was short-lived. And equities are also helping you today. Yeah, we were pushing. Bitcoin was already front running, moving before equities, and then equities turning down. It's very negative day already. So if you are in short from these regions, you have absolutely zero reason to take profit. Yes, ES1 is down, Nasdaq is down, gold is pushing up. You have this is very bad day for. This is not good day for Bitcoin. I can tell you. If you see those things, treasuries are going down. We have very big report today. Dallas Index was reporting companies, and they told us they are in very big fear. 34% they see declining orders. So today I think is typical day when we are fearing of recession. So in such day, gold is going up, equity is down, Bitcoin is going down. So absolutely no, you just sit in your short and you wait for local range rotation. For this range to be rotated down, and then you will have decision points if you hold in the range or not. Okay, so just hold on to your short, but no financial advice. Everything I say is just education, entertainment. Let's just wanted to. The dollar is also down. Yeah, it's just a heavy combo for the markets. We pushed a lot recent days, but now pullback is coming. Is that simple? And especially if you lose this market structure support, then you get acceptance into this range, and you will have a longer range here on ES1, and that's going to put Bitcoin into range as well, into pullback. So let's have a look on Bitcoin from technical analysis. We can start with my folders. We go to 1 hour time frame so you can see what I'm expecting here. 2 hour time frame. So you are watching these local market structures which are giving you this local range, and then you are also aware of these other market structures. In the past they were giving us critical supports, and now we are retesting them. We are trying to flip some of them into resistance as here and here, but they still this one, like, we've got many rejections here and a lot of buying from this one. So From high time frame, this is resistance still, even if we have got the impulse to the downside. So we are in the resistance regions, and then we've got the pivotal. If you start pushing over this region, we will be rotating this range, and then you will be monitoring. This is still crucial market structure. This market structure is separating Bitcoin from bull market and bear market. We reclaim 100,000 with this market structure, and you can see literally another go for all-time highs, or at least 100,006. So that's how it is. Let's go to AMT now. AMT is crucial for everything. We go with local levels first. We had a very strong impulse from 75,000, so I need ranges which were in this impulse. You can see I still wanted a swing failure pattern today to take out this high into 3 weeks point of control naked and grab some liquidity. But as I was showing you, only entry for you was as a scalper. There was no day trade entry for with the local EPA reversals we often trade. So that's what it is. And also, if we would get no swing failure pattern, we are ready for push to the upside into this middle of the range, and then retest of the high or point of control and full rotation. This was scenario number 2. From AMT, from this data, I'm still watching. This is going to be crucial region for us when we do retest. If we do this and stay in the range, or what can we do? We push to the downside and then fill the inefficiency. When we go into this chart and we turn on, this is a simple thing you can turn on. We can zoom in a bit. So you can see decent volumes are building here, but once these regions are lost locally, I will be expecting Bitcoin to fill the low volume node. We have single prints here, low volume nodes, we have inefficiencies. So you should really feel that, and then you will be retesting another point of control. And then you need to actually zoom in even more and see how 85,000, 84, like this is massive high volume node. So in the future, in case you get full retracement of this impulse, we might find another great retest and support and bounce here. But this is low volume node, yeah, so this locally. If you are in short, I want to see Bitcoin losing 92,000 to 91,000. It's like wide area, and then push for the liquidity, and it's gonna accelerate and move to the downside. So this is from this point of view. The main part of the low volume node is still waiting here to be filled. Feel accelerate if you come into it. So that's what we want. From higher time frame AMT, this matters even more. We can go to 2-hour time frame. Oh yeah, one more thing I need to show you why we are rejecting here. I almost forgot. So I was showing you we were retesting the market structure resistance of that range for very strong reaction, fantastic. But if I hide these scenarios now, you've got point of control pretty close into the val. So in this box, you are looking for bearish retests. Yes, that's why I had trade area here, and we've got the bearish retest. Yeah, you try to get acceptance, but do you see, is this acceptance for you? For me, it's not. You are doing just 1 week into the area. You are spending 1 to 2 hours in the area. Definitely not acceptance. You are unable to hold gains. Friendly visit to previous 3 weeks range was rejected. Okay, so this was crucial, and this is why Bitcoin is currently rejecting here. And it was matter of time we get here, because it was from higher time frames and higher time frame AMT. We've got the limbo area. Okay. Another crucial picture. So we still have, even if we push beyond this high later on, for now we are just pushing to the downside, but in case we return to the highs, you can be watching 96,568 and like overall high volume node. So I can turn on the high volume nodes. first you might get immediate reaction from this, either for scalp or day trade. And if you push, you did 3 months volume here. Yeah, so it's very likely even if Bitcoin pushes here, you will be doing another chop. Yeah, it's just too many people are trapped here. You need to distribute here. If you like, the most bullish scenario you can do over this high volume node is to just push, then do this and push, and you do full range rotation. You want to immediately slice over this and then make this high volume node as a support and the bottom of the future local range. Yes, that's the thing, how you can escape this. But otherwise, gravity, this is like not even gravity, but overall volume will suck you in and you will be just ranging here. So from high time frame, medium to high time frames AMT, Bitcoin was looking really, and it's still looking promising, because you are spending decent amount of time above 3-month vals, so you are trying to get acceptance into this range. But you know, again, if you start again moving to the downside and outside of these main vals, it will accelerate the move to the downside, and your short will start making really good profits. To the downside, this is still limbo, so if you are trading below 92,000, you have no significant range here from medium to high time frame. So you might actually drop here, and if you drop here, you will do one-to-one extension of this range, so you can do this, possible. But we also know we have inefficiency below, so market can become very impulsive. That's actually more likely, and you will just fall down and you will be feeling this, you know, this crazy buying pressure which was happening there. And then you need to be really prepared where to buy the dip. This is important, because this push from 75,000 up to 95,000 in very short amount of time, this is not random. People are buying Bitcoin as a safe haven again, global uncertainty as well. So I will be definitely looking to buy the dip, and I recommend people to do so, but I want really good reward ratio areas. And the first trade area I'm looking at, just from AMT, I'll be showing you because I was preparing the trade areas here with more detail when I was considering other factors. But from AMT, the first support is waiting for you here. Yes, you will get acceptance below the main pool, because you have two pools. Yeah, this is the main pool, which is measuring volume from this point up to here. Yes, because this is one huge range. But you also have more internal pool, and this one is also very correct to watch, because you were trading here for a long time. So this push is also very valid to watch. And that pool will be actually the basis for that future trade. If you come here, you also destroy a lot of people buying the impulse, and that's the best time when a lot of liquidity is taken, when we get the volume spikes, liquidation spikes, delta, and a lot of absorptions possible here. So this is first area for me. Is also high volume node of 6 weeks, and we have 6 weeks back, so it's really interesting area for continuation. You can do swing failure pattern from this low and then start local range again and then push to the upside or to the downside, so you will have chance to be positioned both directions. Even better, like Bitcoin will be, the lower you go, the better it gets for your possible day trades and swings. Another trade area is gonna be inside point of controls. You pretty much will be betting on bullish retest of 2-month POC, and also you can also watch the 2-month POC alt. And when a significant point of control moves, I tend to keep the old one as well, so I know it's like or so you can drop like this and then do reaction, like very strong reaction, V-shaped recovery. This is less likely, but okay, it's possible. Let's say it's 30% chance. Another possible reaction is you come to the trade area, and as it was so long for consolidation for Bitcoin, you can easily do another local range, and again you will have time to be positioned from, if you are very aggressive, or you will get swing failure pattern from that range to be long, and then you push, so you can have more consolidation. That's the thing, you know, such big high volume nodes tend to get less V-shaped recoveries or V-shaped rejections. They tend to suck you into local ranges more. So this is really great area, and out of this area you can do really strong bounce and do another range rotation to 2-month VAC. Yes, to 90k, so that will be your main premise here. And the secondary trade area here is more about Like this is the best area for swing longs, of course, because you have vals here. Both of the range vals are here, and the reward ratio for your trades is absolutely great. So definitely looking for swing longs in this area with we have more confluence here. So these three areas you will watch from AMT. Where to buy for pullback? You see what I was showing you everything. Anchor VWAPs. Many of my charts I know, but I'll be deleting some of them I don't need soon, but for now I need all of them. The main thing I want to say is I was warning our traders we can actually create a range around these levels. Yes, we try to go above, but we still range around them. These are last anchor VWAPs on my chart, and why they're actually creating such a long local range? Look for example, where is this one coming from? This one is coming from 12th of November of 2024. It's measuring like the post-Trump, like when we calm down, the big top of the range, and the tracking volume to the to the current day. So it's pretty important VWAP, because if you reclaim this VWAP, if you start doing this, retest, and you can really literally push to the upside for 100,000, because it's gonna flip the bias for the market. Yes. Look how it was in the past. Each time we reclaimed this very strongly, we are pushing and spending. We literally did all-time highs. Okay, look at those retests here, bullish retests, many of them. So you also watch this VWAP when you push too far away from it, and you are going for backtest. It's often bullish backtest. Okay, so if it's bull market. So extremely important, but the chop here is not a surprise for me. Because many people bought Bitcoin in the past, so now they are trying to get out with small losses. And another factor, I think it's still a significant factor, and it's for me one like really exception to use on-chain. Let's go to on-chain data and over here. So short-term cost basis is also very, very key indicator showing you how spot market interacted, with Bitcoin. And in the this was also warning sign for us in the beginning of March when we lost it. People like short-term buyers, first time in long time, they started to be in heavy negative. Okay, so and you did bearish retest. Now it is at 92,600, but it's viewed as an area $1,000 to $2,000 plus. So again, range here, and maybe even when we get reaction on short, is gonna be not a surprise for us, because these people also need to get out. Mainly look at them, these people who bought the top thanks to Trump and so on. And in the past, you see how we were trading this exactly. We are actually literally repeating this fractal from 2024, when we were pushing from key supports, and we reclaimed this, but we were still like really choppy around and creating range. Exactly same thing is happening here. And then we move to the downside out of it once you lost that range. So we might get same situation here. What you need to do is really go far away from it and then start trading. Then Bitcoin can do another run for the all-time highs. So on-chain is also pretty cool. But for now we are still, we trade the range. While the range is lasting, we trade the range. One more thing about anchor VWAPs, I'm watching. You can watch two anchor VWAPs as a supports. One is collecting volume from this multi-week range, from the 6 weeks range, from the 2 months range, and second VWAP never got retest. Only one retest was done, but it was still pretty fresh. But the area held, like we can view it as area. And then from that moment, it's so aggressive uptrend, we never got retest. So make sure to run alerts. It's currently at 87,100. For the future is pretty likely we might get some bullish reaction. Order blocks, we have few of them to the upside, to the downside. We don't need to go over this. Symmetry, do we need anything about symmetry? No, we don't need. Balance zones, we have balance zones. I'm actually tracking. Just want to show you main pool. So we were ranging here for a very long time. 76,000 low, 88,700 high, and now you are pushing finally outside of this range, and you are meeting, you met first target, which is 1.5 extension out of this range. So I'm not surprised Bitcoin is ranging it again, because it's a pretty big target. Another huge target will be 100,800. So if you reach that, then you can place new range for the Bitcoin in this box. For bullish continuation, you want to hold the midline, yeah? So 94,692, that's how balance zones works. They are really precise. This is like a fantastic symmetry. Fips to watch locally. We still have a high time frame pool for golden Fips. And for the pullback, we have main pool, which is at 82,000. We have more internal pool as well here, but I don't have it on my chart. We have closes. We don't need trap traders. What we have, probably nothing to say, but we have a trap, like a lot of people got trapped here into these highs. So you can watch it from 97k up to 98,000. Daily, weekly, and monthly levels. You can mark them if you don't have on your chart. They will be part of other confluence. Naked box we don't need to go over. Fractal situation. It's just interesting. Bitcoin chooses to very similar, like this range in 2024. We were grabbing liquidity, then we've got the proper breakdown, and Bitcoin repeated symmetry of that, not with duration, but with similar breakdown. Yeah, the magnitude of breakdown was very similar from range, so you can see it was 17% outside of the range, and this one was, if you measure like fully, 16% almost. So again, very fractal situation. I'm not surprised we've held here. Many people watch symmetry, and that's how they engage with the market. So this is not a random. This is like very same. But we spend much more time. Like these bounces were more faster. But we know why. Yeah, we've got the world was in fear here. Liquidity we go over in other tool. Just want to show you. Almost we've got perfect symmetry, but we were missing to take out few $1,000 lower. But Bitcoin loves front running. But you know, these targets, once you moved above the all-time highs, this box was predicting Bitcoin will be ranging this orange area, and the red area also was almost met. And this macro cycle, also this pullback front run, just front run also from $2,000 front run on Bitcoin. Similar pullback we had here for 33%, and again 33% would be met here. But people like started buying already Bitcoin after 30% dip. Yeah, so it is what it is. Macro channel, that's why you don't trade the geometry much. You can be aware of it, but you know, fake breakdown. Macro range retest is still far away. So that was from technical analysis. I showed you very simple scenarios. I can show you also the trade areas, where to look exactly, because I have them already. Also trade areas, they are mainly focused on day trades and swings. If you take more intraday setups, I don't have them here. For example, of course, I'm interested to buy Bitcoin around 91,600 if I get swing value pattern. Same to the highs, I'm interested to sell Bitcoin here. I have trade area here, so anyway. But for why the trade area is just so far away, I'm aware, as I was explaining you, if we lose this area, We don't have much support here. We will be filling single prints and low volume node, and then we will go right into the AMT support. Yeah, we were discussing this support on the beginning of the video. So that area was explained. This area also was explained from a higher time frame AMT, but we have also weekly naked point of control. When we go here, yeah, this is really good, very decent volumes here, and is waiting at the end of the impulse. So again, we have weekly naked POC, naked dailies, we have this range to be rotated, we have 9-day high volume node from the range, which is naked 1 hour order block. So plenty of confluence here to look for nice stabilization and trade. And below, but the mainly is that 3-month high volume node with point of controls. And below, again, I was explaining you these 2 vals of the range. So that's another area of interest, and if that is lost, we have another swing area here, 79,000 to 78,000. This is like multiple levels from POC, weekly naked POC, naked daily, and naked weekly. What a combo, yeah, all things together, order blocks, and off you go. And then another trade area is waiting right at the lows. So you're pretty much ready where you want to engage with Bitcoin. Is not hard. Those are trade areas, and we can have a look at the last part of the video on order flow. So it's really sad Tradinglite is not working, is essential part of my trading, but we have some other tools. So with order flow, we can see we don't want to do much scalping here. So I will just check some main templates first on Exocharts. Market still really in nice range. Daily open getting reclaimed. We need to do 5-day merge. We still have point of control on the retest, is preventing move to the val. We already discussed these inefficiencies. This is interesting there in naked POC because this is first proper volume. So you can watch that. Okay, we can go to, so I cannot do trading, I cannot do order books. So sell side is still very heavy to the upside. So if you are in short with me from here or a bit lower, you're still getting protected from hundreds of millions on the sell side. Each of the wall, so this is 95,200, this 900 Bitcoin sell wall, then we have 500, 600, 700, but overall I think these walls are 700. So if you start pushing to the upside again, to rotate to the upside, I'm looking for swing failure pattern out of the current high into the 3 weeks naked POC, okay, into the walls. So that's what I'm looking for. And to the downside, we keep seeing these areas getting defended. So this area 92,000 to 92k, and then big wall at 91,500. How is the spot market looking? So we need to go here, Binance and Tether spot. Spot market is looking pretty empty, very in close proximity. Sell side still heavy, 96,000 medium, and then 200 Bitcoin sell wall at 97,000. That's really decent. And buyers, you can see if we extend further from these lows, then the buyers, I need to refresh because it's comparing data. It compares data to other time frames. Doesn't matter. So buyers are here. In these regions, buyers are lurking. So 90k to 89,000 on spot market. I can also go to Okotoki so you can see it better. We can do refresh. And then we can, because Tradinglite is still down, so Yeah, so you see the market is still more skewed to the downside when it's reacting to the downside, because sell side is very heavy, very heavy to the on the sell side. Here are the big short walls. So you see from 96 to 97 you are getting, this is your main resistance cluster for today, on maybe even for next 48 hours if you get back into the range. But 96k is defended also on Coinbase, and Coinbase is very important. So heavy sell side, and to buy side is not as much buyers. And 90,000 we have something, but this is also not showing all the walls. I mean, Tradinglite is showing the most of the walls. 90k defended with 100 Bitcoin. That's okay. 85k, and that's far away. We don't need to go short side. 100, and in case we get some crazy push over 96k, we need to watch 98,000, another great area, and then you've got 100,000, and it's more wider area, 99k to 100,000, huge, very serious protection, I would say. Liquidity. So we are in nice range, but we are not taking much the range boundaries. So we are building liquidity on the short side. So if you get into the highs, you know this is very huge liquidity to take up to 96,900. If you want to do swing value pattern, you don't want to overextend too much into liquidity. So you want to swing value pattern max from 96,300 from this box and then reject. If you start going beyond, then it's very likely you might get full node taken, so be aware of that. And to the downside, we also are building liquidity. So we already took, so this was the weekend liquidity box. This is now taken, we've got the reaction, but if we start pushing to the downside, and especially after such impulsive the uptrend, we can see the liquidity is pretty fat node, and the main one is here. This is more like for today, then up below this low. And this low is also building liquidity from these pushes, so it's very wide node. That's why once you start losing this area, you can easily extend down to 89,700 into the inefficiency and then go further, and then we've got more liquidity nodes. And another future juicy liquidity node is also here. Look at that, how big it is. 83,000 to 81,700. Spot market. 5 minutes. Can it show a bit? Yeah. 16. Okay, it's showing this in history. And this is the thing, yeah. So Sailor was showing today he is buying in the market, and that's the result. That's how you get these massive bullish CVDs, yeah. So like he was buying, definitely his average price is 92,000. So but I think he bought a lot of bitcoins at the tops, but also in this distribution he was also buying here. It doesn't matter who is there. We've seen a lot of bullish CVD. So even as we are in this consolidation, I told our traders the Bitcoin is becoming safe haven asset very likely, and it might deviate to the upside. Huge sellers on spot market. We don't even pay attention. We just continue higher in the uptrend. Again, same situation here. You were getting a lot of these bullish CVD local setups. Push to the upside, again a lot of selling on spot, yet we are trending to the upside like that. Over here as well, huge selling, huge, like hundreds of millions. Only what you manage to do is just this low, and again with this selling you've got below the low, but you've got a swing failure pattern. So again, bull CVD, this selling continues, but we are still in the range. So overall someone is absorbing. We've sold like 800 million on spot, and we still managed to range. So very interesting. You see, this market is mainly in the hands of spot market currently. The parallel average is just going sideways. No, not as big exposure. Let's go to Tradinglite as a final order flow tool to analyze, and then I will be closing the video. Order book we can turn off. We'll push this bar here. Yes. terms of order books, we've continued to see pressure on Coinbase and the neutral, slightly negative pressure on spot markets. Here we've got a bit negative. Perpetuals also starts to be negative. Okay, so the order books are getting in, all of them are getting into neutral to negative. So I'm not surprised with this pullback. Also, we've had the sell bands here, same like here, same like here. So far it was really good with this template. On deeper pullback, we are yet to see a big threshold to be hit because we've built a lot of volumes. We've built over 2 billion positive delta in this push alone. So in case Bitcoin gets into deeper pullback, I'm also looking for 2 billion to be hit. So you destroyed some other longs who are in this impulse. So this template, so useful liquidations. Not much liquidations happening currently. Just normal ones. We need to take Bitcoin into liquidity to see them. Our open interest was really good. This was also part of the reason we bounced during London, because here we've got really serious open interest increase, mainly longs, I think. In this, let me check where it started. Yes, you can watch delta in Exo exactly. It doesn't matter. As we are pushing to the downside, we also did open interest round trip. That's why you found support here. You take out everybody from leverage from Friday, build up, and then spot market took over. Yeah, that's the Bitcoin. It's ultimately tries to hands down your positions. That's why always pay yourself if you are, especially if you are in range. It's just very likely you get the round trip. How is CBD looking? We know Coinbase was pushing us past few days with the inflows. So it was mainly Binance is actually causing these bullish CBDs, yeah. But it can become leading delta to the downside, which means it's gonna crash the market if you do it too much. So it's mainly Coinbase. Binance selling. Yeah, they sold a few thousand Bitcoins. This template is showing you more clearly why you are rejecting and doing these 5 to 50 minute rotations. Even today I was telling our traders this column, especially this 1 to 2.5%, this is for intraday setups. When it gets really negative, like here, then your chances to get the intraday reaction, scalp to intraday reaction is growing. You can see these thresholds were hit like continuously from this point. We are seeing a lot of pressures on futures because this big whale, this big 500 Bitcoin walls in total is 2000 Bitcoins and more. They are creating this pressure. Okay, so I'm like zero surprised here we consolidate in this range. We were literally predicting we get range here. It's great. I think it's one of the most key informations you can get as a trader, to know when we go into range, because then you can start milk the range. And spot market also getting bearish order books here at the top. Same thing like here. Yes, so really good. This was also higher time frame getting involved finally. Funding rate back to normal from these extremes. This was displayed out really well. Yeah, pretty cool. Okay, so it was so finally I've done the video. I'll be back to more videos for you. I'm also planning 2 tutorials. So we know some of you use Bookmap. Bookmap tool is free for crypto. I will be doing public tutorial for that, and we also found another tool which is looking very similar as Tradinglite, and I'm also planning to do tutorial for this. So this week I would like to roll out these 2 tutorials, and I hope it's gonna be useful for you traders. Okay, so that's it from me. I'm very tired. I go sleep at 7 p.m. local time, 7 to 8 p.m. And that's why I was also a bit tired in this video already. I wake up like a soldier at 4 a.m. I go to train at 5 a.m. So very early routine. So thank you for watching, traders. I showed you where we look for trades, to the upside, to the downside, what we can expect from Bitcoin from here, and definitely just monitor also macroeconomy, because if things get worse, then Bitcoin will not be immune to any recession. I doubt it. It will go much lower. So it's now, yeah, we will see. So thank you, traders, for watching. If you would like to learn trading, just join our Discord. You are welcome there, and give it a like and subscribe if you like what I do here. Thanks for watching, and bye, traders.